Good afternoon. Welcome to Joe Munley's World of Weather. Clicked on to the long-range weather forecast discussion for December 27th to January 8th. Excuse me. For December 27th to 31st, models and ensembles are in agreement on this being the flow. Wait a minute. It's jumping around. We are expecting ridge here of the East Pacific, trough here in the west. We have a ridge over the Caribbean with above normal heights here. And then we take a look at this other forecast. Let me see which one. Okay, this one. I can see we have a large ridge here over the North Atlantic, or actually Europe. And we have a trough here over eastern Canada. This ridge was forecast to slide westward, and I'll bring a change in the pattern, and I'll talk about that later. In the meantime, let's see. This is the GFS FS3, and we're expecting a large storm to take shape. A system will bring heavy wind-driven snow over some places in the colder sector. Cold in the cold sector, locally heavy convective rains across the south in the warm sector. So we're going to go forward in time. There's our system beginning to wrap up in the plains here. This is snow. Notice where the 540 line is, right here. This is rain to the south, snow. And then we go forward in time. It heads up to the Great Lakes. You can see here's the center. Again, this is rain. This is all snow back here. And then we take a look at, this is the GFS. Here's a system that's showing ice now here, which the GFS FV3, I always say version 3, it just makes precipitation ice. Here's snow, here's rain, here's thunderstorms occurring here in parts of the southern plains. And then we go forward in time, you see it really starts to crank up. Here's really heavy rain down across East Texas and Louisiana. And then it progresses in the same fashion towards the Great Lakes. Here's the 540 line. Once it reaches the east, this is all rain. And then we look at the European. The 540 is a little further south compared it was up here. But this is all rain, and this is snow on the backside. Then we have another system that will track through the west and the southwest. And this system will bring precipitation to the Great Basin, southwest, and the central and southern Rockies. Now look at the pier for December 30th to January 3rd. Here at the 30th, circulation features make a slight shift eastward. Start seeing like this ridge starts to slide into western Canada and parts of the northwest, and this trough covers the west central states. I'll show you that. You see here it is. We go to the third. We still have our ridge over the Caribbean. So the models are in good agreement. So for this forecast period, I am forecasting below normal temperatures for the west central states, and forecast anomalies of at least 6 degrees below normal. I think this might be overdone. And this also might be overdone. Forecast above normal temperatures for the Mississippi Valley to the Atlantic coast, with anomalies of 6 degrees or more are possible. For precipitation, calling for below normal precipitation for this region here. Probability of occurrence is 35 to 45%. And then we have above normal precipitation forecast for this region here. Probability of occurrence is 35 to 45%. Now we go back to the other maps. Got to talk now for the period for January 4th to the 8th. And this ridge that was over Europe, I'll go back to it, shifts westward to a position here over the North Atlantic near Greenland. During this period, the NAO is forecast to be negative, and with a positive NAO, and the PNA is positive. This will be develop blocking. There might be a more important storm for the east, bringing cold and maybe a higher impact storm. But that's still like days off. We'll have to wait and see how that is. So during this forecast period, I am forecasting. Let me see if I can get there. A ridge in the west and a trough in the east, but the models are showing some differences in amplitude as we go here. And we have our strong area positive height anomalies here, like I said, moving to western Canada and the northwest, and also across the North Atlantic. So for this forecast period, I am forecasting above normal temperatures for the west with anomalies of 4 degrees above normal, and then we have below normal temperatures for the east central states with anomalies of at least 4 degrees below normal are possible. And for precipitation, I'm forecasting a little change in the precipitation anomalies from the previous period. So that's the long range weather forecast discussion for December 27th to January 8th. Thanks for coming to Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day and a Merry Christmas.